The movie is based on a true story. In 1980, hired hitmen Danny, Hunter, Davis, and Meyer are in Mexico to murder a man. Danny and Hunter waited for the target, while their two other comrades remained in position. After some time, they see their target coming. The man was moving ahead with heavy security. As per the plan, he detonates a car, chases the car in which the target is, and starts firing at it. Danny inadvertently kills the man in front of his young son, then is injured while escaping. Affected by this result, Danny retired and returned to his native Australia. A year later, Danny receives a letter in which he sees Hunter's photo and is summoned to Oman. 2 days later, he meets his secret contact, known only as the Agent, who works for the mercenaries. Danny learns that Hunter was given the task of killing 3 men in exchange for $6 million, but he failed in his task, which is why he is taken captive by Sheikh Amr, a businessman from Oman who is the deposed king of a small area. He wants Danny to complete Hunter's unfinished works, and if Danny does not complete Hunter's mission, Hunter will be killed by the agent's superiors. Danny is introduced to Sheikh Amr, who wants Danny to kill 3 former SAS agents, Stephen Harris, Warwick Craig, and Simon McCann, as they killed the Sheikh's 3 eldest sons during the Dhofar Rebellion. Danny has to make a confession video of the 3 of them, in which they will confess that they have murdered the Sheikh's sons. Danny must make their deaths look like accidents, and he must do this before the terminally ill Sheikh dies. Although Danny had given up this work 1 year ago, but he has to do it for his mentor Hunter. Danny agrees to do the job and requests to meet Hunter. As Danny is introduced to Hunter, Danny tries to escape with Hunter but fails. Hunter is captured again while Danny is released. Danny boards a plane to return home, and he remembers his girlfriend Danny, with whom he grew up. He was living peacefully with her before coming here, and maybe it was for her that he stopped doing bad things. Danny meets with Davis and Meyer in France and tells them his plan. He tells them that the 2 of you will split the money for this work because he does not want the money, he is doing this only for Hunter. Their first target is Stephen Harris, who settled in Oman after the war and started flying helicopters for the Sultan's army. Danny and the mayor go to find him, and the mayor sees him leaving in a white Range Rover. He immediately informs Danny about it, and Danny follows him to his house. Danny wants to make the murder look like an accident, so he inspects everything in the house. He breaks a piece of bathroom tile and keeps it with him. Danny then sends Davis to England to find out the whereabouts of the other 2 men. Davis travels to a local pub frequented by British military personnel. He questions the patrons about former SAS members in Oman. This is immediately reported to the Featherman's chief enforcer, Spike Logan, a former operative. There is a secret organization that protects itself. Logan finds some of Davis's photographs and tells his superiors that some people are stalking the SAS officers. Logan suspects they want to kill them. The superiors tell him that he has full permission to handle the situation. Meanwhile, Davis returns to Oman after completing his assignment, and Logan sends one of his men to Oman to keep an eye on Davis. Danny, Meyer, and Davis begin planning Harris's murder, with Meyer building a hammer out of small pieces of tile, which he is going to hit on Harris's head, so that it looks like Harris slipped in the bathroom and got hit on his head. While leaving, Danny sees a shining light on a mountain in the distance. It turns out that someone is keeping an eye on them. It is the same man that Logan has sent. They chase after him to capture him, but he jumps into a tunnel and disappears. Danny and the mayor break into the Harris house, saying they are making a documentary. When they go inside, they put a gun to his head, and he confesses on videotape that he killed the Sheikh's son. After he confesses, Danny and the mayor take him to the bathroom. Their plan is to smash his head with a hammer made to resemble bathroom floor tiles, to make it appear that Harris slipped and hit his head on the floor. Danny is distracted by the arrival of Harris's girlfriend, and when he returns to the bathroom, he learns that the mayor was forced to kill Harris in a hasty struggle. Logan, on the other hand, learns that Harris is dead. Now convinced that people are after the SAS officers, he again visits his superiors and says that he is sure that the man he saw is Harris's killer. He tells them that they have to be careful from now on. Meanwhile, Davis tells Danny that they have found the location of the second target, Warwick Craig. It is revealed that he is in a hospital in Australia, and his wife is being treated. Danny is waiting for her outside the hospital. Logan is also monitoring the situation in his car. Logan looks at Danny and realizes that he may be the killer. He starts following Danny. Danny realizes he is being followed. He gets rid of Logan and goes back to the hospital. Logan also arrives at the hospital, and there is a scuffle between the two. Danny gets out of there, goes to his boys, and tells them that an SAS officer is following them. Now, they must come up with another plan to kill Craig. Davis learns that Craig is preparing for a long night march in the winter season at the local SAS base. Davis pretends to be a civilian who has car trouble outside the base fence, allowing Danny to infiltrate the base. There, He spiked Craig's coffee to induce shock, and during the march, Craig died of hypothermia. Before dying, Craig confesses to Danny on videotape that he had killed the sheikh's son. Danny's third and final target is a man named Simon McCann, who is currently a mercenary. Davis calls him and pretends to interview him. And when he comes for the interview, Danny's plan was to get him killed by causing an accident on the way. Danny prepares a remote control-operated truck with the help of the inexperienced Jake. As McCann walks out with his car, the mayor and Jake take control of the truck from another car and drive it in front of McCann's car, causing his car to crash and him to die. However, Logan and his men were keeping an eye on McCann. A gunfight begins at the docks, and the mayor is accidentally killed by Jake due to his lack of experience. Danny tells Davis that he is going to Oman tonight, and as he leaves, he tells Davis to go underground. By saying this, they separate. Davis stops at a hotel and calls a girl, then Logan's men track him down. He tries to escape, but is hit by a truck and killed. Danny finds out about this and goes straight to Logan. Logan says it was just an accident. We did not kill him. Before leaving, Danny warns Logan to stay away from him. Danny returns to Oman and gives the sheikh the last taped confession he has faked. Hunter is released and returns to his family, while Danny goes back to Australia and reunites with his girlfriend Anne. He is soon informed by the agent that there is one last person who took part in the murders of the sheikh's sons. This man, Ranulph Fiennes, is about to release a book about his experiences as a member of the SAS. Danny asks Anne to go to France so he can complete his last assignment. Hunter wants to help Danny, but Danny wants him to stay with Annie and protect her. The sheikh's son confirms that Harris was an innocent person. Meanwhile, Logan locates Danny through the agent and sends a team to protect the author. A man wearing a helmet walks in, and Logan thinks he is Danny. But that was Jake. He distracted the entire team. Danny infiltrates the building and shoots the writer. However, he only injures the author and takes photographs of him, which show him dead. Logan gives chase, and after a long chase, Danny is finally caught. Logan takes him to an abandoned warehouse. But then a government agent arrives, who reveals that the British government is behind the events due to the sheikh's invaluable oil reserves, prompting a three-way fight in which Danny escapes and Logan shoots the government agent. Meanwhile, the agent is stalking Annie, thinking he will kidnap her and demand money from Danny, but Hunter shoots him in the leg and tells him to stay away from Annie. Danny and Hunter go to Oman to deliver the photos to the sheikh. However, Logan arrives first and confronts Sheikh, telling him that the photos are fake, and then kills him with a knife. The sheikh's son doesn't care and gives the money, which was meant for Danny and Hunter, to Logan. Hunter sees Logan leaving, and they follow him with the sheikh's men. After stopping the sheikh's men, Danny and Hunter pursue Logan on a desert road. After shooting a car tire and stopping it, Danny says Logan can keep the money. However, Hunter takes some of the money for his expenses and his family. They give the remaining amount to Logan, and tell him he will need it to start a new life away from the government after killing the sheikh, and working against the wishes of the Feathermen and the British government. Danny says he has no animosity towards Logan, and Logan needs to make up his mind. Logan tells Danny, "I'll come see you sometime," which means it's all over on his end. As they were leaving, they told Logan they would send a taxi for him from the airport. Danny finally meets Annie and talks about never going away from her again. Thanks for watching this video, stay safe and enjoy your day.